My BF 21 is, and I too have got caught having sex. How do I move on? I am so embarrassed, angry, hurt, just really going through all of it. I too have came home tonight from a long day of work, and my mother comes to me and says, "Your brother and I want to have a chat with you about last night." Last night, my boyfriend came over and we had sex. Nothing out of the norm, but I guess I was too loud this time. We always try to do it discreetly, but I got caught. So, my brother 19 Ms. and mother 5 had a chat with me about how uncomfortable it was to hear me. My mother was doing most of the talking and was speaking for my brother. I was getting emotional, so I looked at my brother and said, "Why did you not come at me directly with this? We are both grown-ups. If you had a problem, you come to me." He stayed quiet, and my mother got defensive, saying, "This is not a whorehouse. Go book a hotel room if you want to do that." I was offended that my mother is essentially slut-shaming me for having sex with my boyfriend of 3 years. I look at my brother and apologize sincerely, because I made him uncomfortable, and that was the last thing I wanted to do. He forgave me, and that was that. It hurts because my mother is acting like I am bringing different men to the house. Things got really heated between my mother, and so I start crying, and I call my boyfriend to tell him what happened. He says, "I'm sorry for getting you in trouble. Do you want to come over?" And I say, "I would like that." So I pack up my essentials, and I left home. My mother has called me, but am refusing to pick up, and my brother doesn't know that I left home. I feel really embarrassed, and I don't know what to do. A part of me feels really bad for my brother, but at the same time, he is an adult. He should have come up to me one-on-one to have this conversation. How do I move on with this? I don't want my boyfriend to walk on eggshells anytime he comes over now. Thank you for all the comments and advice. I appreciate all the honest feedback. There are a few things that need clearing up. My boyfriend lives about 40 minutes from my place. He lives at his parents' as well. I wish I can magically move into a brand new apartment tomorrow, but that's not how it works. I am planning to move out of home in February 2025, as that is when my annual leave will be, and I will have enough saved up for me to move out. I work 6 out of the 7 days a week, and don't have time to move out just yet. My brother and I are on good terms. Like I said in my post, I apologize for making him uncomfortable, as I never wanted this to escalate to this extent. He forgave me and we are all good. I'm going to talk to him one-on-one. What has made me upset is more of the fact that my mother slut-shamed me and making this a bigger deal than it has to be. Of course, I talked to my boyfriend. We agreed that we won't have sex at my mother's place. It's not like sex is a big deal in our relationship, but we will manage. He visits me at most twice a week, so it's not like this is an everyday occurrence. Update. Hello again. I am very overwhelmed with all of your comments, and again, I would like to say thank you all for your feedback and advice. I came home about an hour ago, and I had a lengthy chat with my brother. He said that he should have talked to me privately, but he had to tell someone. I completely understood why, and I apologized to him again for what he heard. We hugged it out, made a few jokes about it, and moved on. After that, I talked to my mother. I started of the conversation with, "Is my boyfriend not allowed to come over anymore?" And she said, "Of course he can come over. We love him and your relationship." I mentioned that I did not appreciate the whorehouse comment, and she got emotional. She told me that it was wrong for her to say that, and that she should have talked with me one-on-one instead of bringing my brother and having a whole discussion about it. She was really beating herself about it. I got emotional too, and we talked about boundaries and what we can and can't do, obviously, lol. We hugged. She sincerely apologized and told me stories about her and my late father, and it made me feel a lot better. So that's that. This is probably going to be a story that I'm gonna laugh about in a few years' time, but yeah. Thank you again.